Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's that Random Tech Guy back again with another video. The topic for today, the issue for today, well, not exactly the issue. Well, I guess it's a positive issue. But, anyways, we've got iPhone 10s. Woo! That's the box. Pretty much your standard fare, the updated artwork and all that stuff that you have on the box. And obviously inside a brand new iPhone that everybody's clamoring for and over. But I don't know. It's been awesome so far. Pretty neat stuff. It's going to look just like the iPhone 10 of old or the iPhone X. I think pretty much all of us Apple fans are kind of referring to the device. Excuse me. And using the names interchangeably. Sometimes you might catch me saying iPhone 10. Sometimes you might catch me say iPhone X. So, it is what it is. But anyways, yeah, awesome device. I've got a custom slick wrap skin on mine that I picked up. I definitely don't want to endorse them for any reason. We got the kind of digital, honeycomb like black pattern going on. I just wanted something just to protect the back really. So I rock with it on that end. But yeah, Slick Wraps, their customer service really isn't all that great at all. I think their skins really aren't as precisely cut as they could be, and I'm honestly entertaining D brand. I think I'm gonna go with. Well, I know I'm gonna go with D brand for the rest of my skins. But yeah, back to the kind of overall look of the phone, and oh man, why'd you get the 10s over the 10? Well, I mean, in recent years, you've had that hot device, and then the next one comes out, and you can usually get last year's model for a discount. Apple didn't do that this time intentionally because the 10 is a little bit too much like the 10s, so they didn't do it. And to be honest, you've got beefier specs, moderately beefier specs in the 10s, which is a nice improvement over the 10. I will say that the Face ID is a bit more responsive. Obviously I've only had the device for a while now, so that could change. But loving the responsiveness of the Face ID system on iPhone 10s. I got the 64 gigabyte variant, by the way, and yeah, it's been really good so far. One thing that I think not really a lot of reviewers are talking about is the cases. The cases on for the 10 will fit the 10s depending on the case. I've got the this Spigen brand. Love their cases, by the way, especially the matte ones. I really like plastic cases. They get greasy and it's just terrible. Like you feel like you have a soggy piece of bacon in your hand, when you got all the fingerprints and stuff like that on there. So I love these matte, TPU, basically plastic cases. I love them. I love the matte finish. You gotta love that. You hear that? You gotta love that. So I'll pick that up. But yeah, that's an iPhone 10 case, but it works on the 10s. So that's awesome. The camera, I've definitely noticed improvements for sure. There has been a difference in the resolution, it seems. I don't know why, but the 10, the screen, clarity and all that stuff already seemed good, but for whatever reason, this one seems like they've fine-tuned it just a bit. So, should you upgrade? That's a huge question. And, I don't know. I've really never seen an Apple fan that hasn't wanted to update, and upgrade. I mean, obviously, there's folks out there right now. Somebody out there is watching this this video right now on an iPhone 6 or iPhone 6s. And I'd say, really, if you have the money and it's not a problem, get it. Like, why not? Why not upgrade, right? But, I mean, if you're happy with what you have and, you know, keep what you have, I guess. I don't know. But, I mean, newer is always better in some instances. The leap from the 6S, 6S Plus, 7, and of course the 8 Plus. The screen was resolution and clarity. I don't know what they did with extending into the P3 color gamut or whatever branding that they wanted to put on it. It was really good. Like, I was happy with it with the 8 Plus, just not the bezels, the huge bezels so much, But if you're happy with what you have, keep it. It's working for what you do. Keep it. But I mean, if you've got the funds and the means to upgrade to the next one, why not? Why not? Pretty much. That's my thought on it. Obviously, iOS 13 is going to be coming out pretty soon. I've got a real sneaky suspicion that with all of the displays on these newer iPhones moving over to the iPhone 10s, kind of set up with the Face ID and all that stuff, that the next Apple OS that comes out, iOS that comes out, iOS 13 is going to be kind of more tailored towards that experience. That in order to get this true, quote unquote Apple experience, you're probably going to want to have the latest devices. For those of you all that are hanging on to these older phones because of the home button, and the home button is really important, I can say this, that Touch ID has improved. Like I stated earlier, Touch ID, Face ID has improved. It's not as bad as it was. I don't know if that's directly attributed to the new phone and the new processor and all that stuff. They kind of alluded to that, but it's definitely improved for sure. So those of you holdouts that just feel like you can't really do without the Touch ID button, the old home button, you might want to upgrade. If that's why you're holding back, you might want to upgrade, to be honest. Go ahead, get that bigger screen and a smaller form factor. That kind of leads me to my next point. Which one should you get, the 10s or the 10s Max? And I'm really more inclined to go with the 10s, to be honest. I love the screen on iPhone 8 Plus, but the size was a little big. The bezels bothered me. I've got big hands, but I felt like I was getting carpal tunnel sometimes, trying to reach the top of the display. And, it's nice to have a big screen in a smaller form factor. That's really important. And I think you really get that in the 10s. Unless, you have some kind of vision impairment or something like that, and you just really feel like you'd be more comfortable with the biggest size screen that you can get, then go for it. But I mean, there's really no reason to go past the 10s, in my opinion. And as far as battery life is concerned, I can definitely personally vouch that that phone, for heavy, moderate to heavy users, will get you through a whole day without even having any kind of battery anxiety at all. That's with the Apple Watch on, the brightness set to auto, and Bluetooth. You're doing a mix between browsing the internet and watching YouTube videos, light gaming, that type of deal. You're not going to have a problem with the battery. So if you think you need the 10s Max due to the battery, I mean, seriously evaluate whether you want that extra size, and more importantly, that $100 premium that you're going to pay for the larger device. I think you'll be just fine with the 10s. And it's great. It's great. I've been loving it. Whoa! One thing I haven't been loving is the the headphone adapter doesn't come with the new one. And I think we knew that already, from all the rumors. You almost think Apple leaked some of this stuff, kind of, to gauge how the consumer base is going to treat it. But I mean, we knew it was coming. I had to pick up a third party one. I kind of didn't want to give Apple that money. I'm like, okay, if you're not going to include it, I'm going to go and give my money to somebody else. You don't get to trick me and then, I'll reward you for it. But you might want to go with the Apple one. I'm just keeping it all the way 100. I picked up a aftermarket. It's like a Skyline something, some kind of crazy brand. But anyways, what happens is with this third party headphone adapter, it doesn't allow, like I've got the Your Beats 3, like basically like the Beats X but the wired version, and it won't allow you to use the inline remote, the control talk or whatever they have it branded as. So this adapter has actually got the volume up, volume down, and play and pause and all that right on the adapter, which is a little bigger and thicker. I thought it'd be more well made than using the Apple branded stuff, but the downside to it is long story long, right? But you can't use your control talk to do it. So I mean that's definitely problematic, especially if you're in the gym and you're jogging or something like that and you just want to click and toggle the volume and stuff like that. So that's definitely something to think about. And if you can find a third party one that you can get from Best Buy or something like that, I really haven't gone into it too much. Kind of saw one cheap on eBay and went for it. But make sure to try it out in Best Buy before you buy it, just to make sure that that it works, that it's going to work with your wired headsets before you pick it up. So yeah, man, that's kind of my 2 cents, my 10 cents. I know this video is a little long, but you know how we do. No cuts, no edits, none of that stuff. So yeah, that's what's happening, y'all. Hey, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. But this is just something that I love, and this is what it is. So have a good day.